if you're calling 911, give us your address first.
Okay.
If you don't know the apartment, whatever.
Or where you're at?
Get a cross street. I mean, we have a way of seeing, we'll have like a general area.
Okay.
So unless you're like on a landline or something, or on a VoIP, we just kind of have a parameter. But first thing to do is give us your address so we know where we're going. And the next thing I'm going to ask you is, depending on the type of call, if it's a 911, my husband, he's hitting me, he's throwing stuff at me, he's out of control, I don't know what to do, or send the police right away, hurry. Okay, well, sometimes callers will give us that address, and then they'll give us what we're going to, and then I can send it, and then my police dispatcher's like on it, and they've already got units en route. So once we get to that phase we get to what we're going to, then we ask them questions.
Oh, okay. So as soon as you give your police dispatcher the address, that's when they take off.
They need to know what they're going to, because there's different call types that we put in that have different priorities. So let's say like an injury crash.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right? So we're going to send 4 fire department units, and we're going to send 2 to 3 officers. It just depends where it's at. And they'll go. If you have domestic calls, like disturbance, those are, for us, are priority 2. So we're going to send our 2 closest units. If you have like, this car's been parked in front of my house for like 2 hours, and I don't know who it belongs to.
Right.
Okay, you're a priority 6. If we have officers available, we'll get them to you.
Eventually. Yeah.
Some of those are just like...
That makes sense. I mean, you got to prioritize.
Right. So once we do that, then they'll go, whether it be fire or it'll be just EMS, or, hey, you know what, my dad fell. I need some help lifting him up. Or... oh my gosh, she's passed out. Is she awake? No. Is she breathing? I don't know. I mean, everything.
So that's why when you call, you're asking all these questions, because you're trying to put it, okay.
Right. So priority. I need to put in, I put it in, and they say, okay, it's a disturbance. And okay, I'm going to ask, okay, who's the person that's hurting you? Okay, and I put their name in there. It says, okay, what does he look like? What is he wearing? Is he still there? Does he know you called the police? Do you see any weapons? Is he intoxicated? And sometimes, and again, when you're calling 911, you feel like it's annoying. Why are you answering me? Why are you asking me all these questions? Like, why can't you just get here? And it's not because we're not trying to get them there, because they're going to get there.
Right.
But we need to know this information, because what if you're on the phone with me and all of a sudden he takes off, or all of a sudden you're not talking anymore?
Yes.
I need to know what's going on so I can tell my officers, hey, this is what you're going into. It's about safety for them. It's also safety for our officers, because we need to know.
Right.
So we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So, and for some people, it's like, can you just send them already? And I'm like,
it's like, provide me your address.
And you'd be surprised. It's like, I'm not going to say the city I work for, but, 911, where's the address of your emergency? And they'll go, so my son was outside ma'am, I need to know whatever you're at.
Right.
And sometimes it takes a moment, and depending on their age, they'll struggle a little bit, where they'll say, I don't know, I've never been here before. I'm from out of town, and I don't. Okay.
Right.